Hey, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Esther and I make videos about dating, sexuality, virginity, body positivity and more kind of taboo topics that people don't generally talk about that much in public. So what I am doing today is an update video on the perineal tear video, which I will link up here and down below, because let me tell you, I made that video thinking I was, one of the few people out there that this happened to. And it turned out to be quite common. Like, I got a lot of messages from people that had the same thing happen to them and that thought they were alone. So I guess the video serves its purpose. If you haven't seen it, I'll do a quick recap. Basically, I waited till I was like 27 to have sex, and then every time I had sex, my perineum tore. So I went to see my gynecologist. Well, I went to see my GP first, went to see a gynecologist, and basically, yeah, they gave me some treatments, which I will talk about. And yeah, I'll let you know what's going on with that now. So, as I said, every time I had sex, my perineum tore, and pretty bad. Like, at one point, I thought I needed to go and get stitches. And I graduated as a midwife. I know what perineal tears look like, and it looked bad. So, yeah, that was not fun. It got infected. It was bad. I was slightly traumatized after that, so I waited for like 2 months to have sex again, and then it just happened again. So I went to my GP, who referred me to my gynecologist, and basically what the gynecologist said, it was probably caused by being on a combination pill with estrogen and progesterone at a young age, which I started at 14, and I was on that for 10 years. Also, she basically told me the only treatment pretty much is getting off the pill. But I had been off that pill for 3 years and it was still that bad. So she said, yeah, I don't know if it's ever going to go back to normal. And at least if you were still on the pill now, it would have been a lot worse. So that was, yeah, not the best news. Also, this was all during COVID. I was already kind of not in the best headspace. And then basically she gave me a thrush treatment because she figured I might have like a doormat kind of thrush going on as well. So she gave me a treatment for like a cream that you had to insert and stuff, which I talk about in that video. So I had to do that for 12 days, and then I had to take this tablet for a month, which I did. And then I stopped taking the tablets, and pretty much within 2 weeks I got thrush symptoms again. So went back to my GP, who put me back onto the tablets. So I ended up taking the tablets for close to 3 months with like a 2-week break. And then I had my follow-up appointment with my gynecologist. Also, all of this happened during COVID, so all my GP appointments and stuff were over the phone. And the actual gynecologist appointment was in person, but by then COVID kind of calmed down here. So that's kind of where I left off the last video, I think. So I went to my checkup with the gynecologist, and basically at that point I had stopped taking the mini pill as well, which I also did a video about. So I was at that point on no hormones at all. And the only thing was I couldn't really tell if it worked because I hadn't had sex. And that's pretty much the only way I could tell if it was going to tear again or not. During COVID, that was not the best plan. So I didn't have sex, so I didn't know if the treatment actually worked. But it seemed like at least the thrush was gone. So basically she told me to, spot treat, I guess, if I would have thrush symptoms again. And then just stay off the hormone. She was kind of happy that I got off the mini pill as well. So she was like, yeah, just stay off of the hormones so that, your body can balance it out again. And then hopefully over time, it will get better. So that was back in July, I think, early July or June that I had that appointment. So I am happy to update it got better. It is not gone. So basically the first time having sex after that treatment, it did tear. It didn't bleed. So that's improvement, I guess. And then the second time it did tear and it did bleed. But since then it hasn't bled and it hasn't really torn anymore. So I'm also not waiting at this point for it to heal before having sex again. Because, well, well, I wasn't really trying to do that last time, but that kind of was how it happened. And yeah, I feel like it's not tearing anymore. So hopefully it will just heal a different way and it will be fine, I hope. But as I said in the previous video, like, it doesn't hurt, so that's at least good. But yeah, it's not very convenient, you know, if you end up with a bloodbath after sex. Like, that's not what you want. So I'm just gonna look at some of the comments because I'm pretty sure some people asked some questions about this. So I'm just checking my laptop. And then, yeah, I'll see if I can answer some of those as well. So yeah, basically, well, I guess most of the questions are how I fixed it. Well, as I said, it's not completely fixed. Or if I have any tips to make it better, or there was someone also that said it really hurt when she peed, because obviously then your urine will go on the tear and sometimes that can sting, which it didn't for me, but I can see how that would help him for some other people. So basically what my GP told me, if you can get into a gynecologist right away, she told me to put on like Perineal, like the nappy rash cream for babies, because it is, like, I guess, moisturizing in a way, and also it has antibacterial elements in it. So the most important thing is try to get it not infected, which is hard because, you know, everything is super close together there. So I would, yeah, definitely maybe try that. If it hurts when peeing, this is also a thing we recommend after you have a baby and you have a tear or you have stitches. Pee either in the shower, with the shower on, and have the shower on there, so then it doesn't go, like, you know, the urine doesn't go into that tear as much. Or just have like a water bottle or something, and just when you pee, just pour the water down at the same time, so then it doesn't sting as much on the tear. So I would suggest that. Try and keep it dry after that, obviously. I would just shower a little more as well, because, well, normally I would shower once a day, so I would now just, if I have a tear, I just shower like morning and night just to make sure that I can keep it clean. And then, yeah, as I said, I ended up doing a thrush treatment, and that was pretty much it. If it is really bad, there are some options for surgery, but as the gynecologist told me, she didn't want to do that because obviously then you get scar tissue, which is also not very flexible, so then you probably still have the same issue where it's gonna hurt having sex, and because I didn't have any pain, there was no point in doing that. Also, you could ask, because she offered to give me a numbing cream to use during sex if it was hurting, but it wasn't hurting, so I didn't do that. But you could ask for that maybe, although I don't know how that would be, if that would transfer like to the guy, and then he has numbing cream on his, you know, that might be a bit of a thing, I don't know. So maybe ask your doctor about that. Obviously I'm not a doctor, so, you know, don't just take my advice, go see a doctor about this. Also, if your doctor is just kind of like, you know, diminishing your feelings and your issue, go find another one, because there are doctors out there that are good and that will want to help you. Like, I researched quite a long time to find a good GP that I finally found, and yeah, she's been very helpful, and then, you know, she got me into this gynecologist, which has been lucky for me. The first one was like the right one immediately. She was also specialized in issues like this, which, you know, is helpful. Yeah, so those are the main things. Then I got a lot of comments where people were like, do you use lube? Are you lubricated enough? Well, that was not the issue, but, you know, if that is an issue for you, make sure you use lube during sex, because obviously it is gonna tear more easily if it's dry down there when you're having sex. Also, positions wise, I would say, because I did like obviously look this up and stuff, and I did talk about it with my GP, and basically what she said is try and avoid like missionary or the guy on top, because it can put, like if they kind of rest on top of you, it can put pressure on your perineum, which can then tear. So basically she said try, you know, the woman on top or like from behind or something. Personally, I have tried that, but even then it would tear, so it didn't really make a difference for me if it was missionary or not. So I would only say that for me, I do feel like, you know, if you, okay, this is going to be a bit graphic maybe, but you know, if you're doing missionary and you put your legs up, I feel like for me it gets worse if I put my legs up and wide, I guess. Then I can feel like pressure on there, so I just kind of try and avoid that. So, you know, if I do put my legs up, I'll just put them like up close. I don't know. So maybe that's too graphic, but you know, might help you out. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the update for now. I don't know if I'll be doing another update on this. Maybe if it's completely solved. I don't know how long that's going to take, or if it's ever going to be completely solved. As I said, it's still tearing now and it is healing, but I don't know, maybe because I'm still having sex even though I have the tear right now, I think it might actually hopefully heal a different way, and then I won't have that issue anymore. So we'll see, because obviously every time when I had like these long breaks, so it tore the second time, then I had like a 2-month break, and then it tore again, and then I had like a 6-month break, and then it tore again, because obviously there's a scar there then after tearing. So hopefully now maybe the scar will, I don't know, you know, heal, it will heal differently or something, and it will be solved on its own. Otherwise, at this point at least, it's like manageable and it's not really bothering me too much. So yeah, that is my update. I'm gonna leave it at that, because I don't know how long this video is now, but you know, don't want to ramble on too much. As I said, I'll link the video down below, and if you have any more questions about this, leave them in the comments, because maybe then I can do like an update video or something, do a Q&A about this. Because apparently it is a lot more common than people think, because I didn't know anyone that had this issue, and then I made this video and I got so many messages, not just on YouTube but like on Instagram, like private messages from women that were like, I've had this issue, I don't know what to do, no one's like, everyone's kind of diminishing it, like I don't know, I'm feeling really depressed about this. So yeah, if that's you, feel free to contact me on Instagram, leave a comment, and hope to see you next time. Bye!